सहगन रघुनाथान्वितां तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवी श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगन ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपीका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी के नाम नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण. So I welcome you all for this interesting topic. Do your best, guys. I would request all of you to please switch on your videos if possible. So today's topic is do your best and leave the rest. The topic itself suggests do your best. It's not saying do the best, because according to our own capacity, we can do the justice to the best of to the best. So Krishna also suggests in Bhagavad Gita, do your best, not the best, because he also knows we won't be able to do the best. So the best must be having some uh, 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 kind of a level to achieve. So everybody don't have the capacity to go to that level. So he's saying just do your best. But what happens with us? We do not give our best first, and we try to be more dependent upon our destiny. That let it be, whatever happens, it will happen. And if we know more of philosophy, we try to more depend upon God. Like if there's an exam for the children like you, if there's an exam, you don't prepare for the exam. You say, "Let God protect me. Let God give me only those questions which I know only. I won't be able to recall all the answers for that, but let God give me the remembrance." But this is not the case. So Krishna, according to in Bhagavad Gita, we get all our answers of all our questions. So if you see this chariot, you would have seen, all of you would seen it. This is a front picture that is being depicted on the Bhagavad Gita. That Krishna is holding the chariot and he is driving the chariot for Arjuna. So, can anybody tell me what you can derive from this picture only? Anyone? What inspiration or what thoughts you get from this picture? Yeah, Mukha, please.
Prabhuji, what I think about the picture would be like Krishna is with Arjuna, so then he shouldn't really worry about it, and then also that he's trying his own best, like he has the arrow and he's reaching for the arrow and the bow in his hand. So he's like doing his best, but at the same time, since he's doing his best, Krishna is with him.
Yeah, thank you so much. Anyone has any more realizations? Anyone wants to share?
Hare Krishna. I
Hare Krishna.
feel whenever I see this picture, I feel that, just the way God became a charioteer, He is also sitting in our heart and driving us, like driving our intelligence if we surrender to Him. So that's the feeling I get, that He is the driver of our life.
Yeah, thank you so much. So both of you are perfectly correct. Like in this case also, Arjuna was the chief of the Pandavas, though Yudhishthira was the senior most, but Arjuna was still the chief of all the Pandavas. And it was a war between Duryodhana and Arjuna. And Arjuna here, if you know the backstory of this, both of them gone to Krishna for asking for one or the other thing. At that time, Krishna was sleepy. And Arjuna just went to the feet of Krishna, and Duryodhana was sitting to the head of Krishna. And when Krishna asked them, When Krishna got up and he asked them, "What do you want to ask? Either I'll give my all the Sena, the Narayani Sena, or you can take me alone. I would not be holding any weapon in the war." And Duryodhana said, I have come first, so I will ask first. So, but Krishna said, no, no, you are elder, and Arjuna is the younger one. So I'll give the chance to younger one to ask first. And Duryodhana was bewildered if Arjuna would make a choice and he would ask for the Narayani Sena of Krishna. Then what will happen? But Arjuna said, I want you only, Krishna. I don't want your Narayani Sena. And Duryodhana was very happy, and that's what he wanted. But see, both of them had done some calculation. Arjuna did some calculation, Duryodhana did some calculation. Duryodhana's calculation was a material calculation. And Arjuna's calculation was spiritual calculation. That if Krishna is with me, I don't want anything else. So similarly, then he gave the reins of his horses, reins of his chariot to Krishna's hands. And Krishna is driving the chariot. So in our life, as Mataji also said, that Krishna is residing with Anaha. So we can give the reins of our life to Krishna. Let him drive the chariot. But you can see also in the picture that Arjuna is not sleeping there. Like if I have given the reins of my chariot to Krishna, let him drive the chariot. And I'm not going to do anything. No. Arjuna is also trying very hard. As Mika said, he's also holding a bow and arrow, and he's also trying his best to the best of his capacity. But sometimes in life, what will happen? But what happens when we don't get what we expected? So expectations should also be intelligently derived. It should not be whimsically derived. Like Duryodhana expected, like I am going to win the war. Yeah, I've got the Narayani Sena. He did the material calculation, but we in our life we should also do the calculations um, which are based on the scriptures, which has been told to us by our previous acharyas and Krishna himself. So the cause of all the cause of all miseries in our life, the cause of all mental stress in our life is that we have a high expectation and we do not derive those expectations. We do not get fulfill those expectations. Though sometimes we give the reins of the Acharya to Krishna, even then we are not satisfied in our life. So let's discuss this, that how can say this. Sometimes we do not achieve want. So uh, that makes us sometimes sad and sometimes happy. When we achieve that thing, then we become confident and we become overwhelmed. And sometimes we do not achieve the things. Sometimes we are happy, sometimes we are sad. These are the emotions, and that makes us healthy and sick sometimes. And we get some news in our life, like a death of a near and dear one. So that news also can make us little bewildered. So sometimes we get a good news, sometimes we get a bad news. So all this bombardment from outside, they change our expectations at every moment, and we are trying to do our best, but still we won't be able to do our best because we have not given the chariot of our life to Krishna's hands. Sometimes we get good grades, sometimes we get bad grades, sometimes our business is like a rocket, flies like a rocket, and sometimes it's falling. Uh, So everybody respects us sometimes, sometimes we are being insulted. So this is all dualities of our life, good, bad, morning, evening, day, night, happiness, sorrow. So these are all dualities of our life. And these dualities um, give us, takes our self-confidence, and we feel sometimes shattered in our life. At, at one point, we are very calm. Everything is going very nice in my life. And sometimes it is like a storm. Some bad news comes, or but in something happens in life which is not according to my plans. What we do, we make our own plans in our life, and but we do not align to the plans of the God, the Almighty. So that is the cause of storm in our lives. So what we need to do, there are four steps that we'll discuss in the coming time. One is acceptance of God in our life. We should accept that there is some big brain, something supreme thing which is acting behind my acts. Like there's a shloka, there's a verse in Krishna, in Bhagavad Gita, very famous. You would have heard it. Karmanyavadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karam phalehetu bhuma te samgo satya karmani. So most of the people think the first part of the verse only, Karmanyavadhikaraste, that I have the adhikar, I have the opportunity to do my karma, my deeds. But what about the results? Mahakaleshu Kadadana. Krishna says you are not obliged to get the results of your karmas. So when we are get hooked to, when we are get attached to the results of our karma, that is the cause of our misery. That is the cause of the storm in our life. So we need to uh, do it slowly by following these four principles. One is acceptance of God in our life. Second is alignment with the God. Third is act on behalf of God. And fourth is act for the pleasure of the God. Hmm? So in the end, we'll again revise these four things. One is acceptance of God, alignment with God, act on behalf of God, and fourth is act for the pleasure of God. So the cause of storm in our life is our own expectations, and we think I could have done more than this. I would be able to do, I've not given my best. So try to give your best in whatever field you are, in your business, in your studies, in spiritual life, which wherever you are performing, but give the reins of your chariot to Krishna because you are not obliged to get the results. What happens in our life? First, we think of the results that I would achieve this, I will get this, then I will work for this. If someone tells us to do this, like in spirituality, if you go to ISKCON, you get meet the devotees, and devotee would just say to you that come and chant for Krishna's name. And what first thing comes in our mind is, what would I get out of it? So this is the normal human mentality. What would I get? Only then I'll do the work, and then only then I'll perform the work. But not, no, we should not be attached to the results. We should just act according to the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Then this storm, this stress, this mental ambiguity in our in our brain wire will not happen more. So we'll be calm in our life. So hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Like Arjuna didn't want to fight this battle of Kurukshetra, but Krishna said, if you want fight, either you'll go to hellish planets. Either you'll be killed or you'll go to hellish planets. And if you will fight, you'll go to Swarga, you'll get higher planet. Or you'll be winning the battle and you'll be ruling the world. So you have two options, either to fight, not to fight. So these are the consequences of not fighting. These are the benefits of fighting. I am with you. You just perform your work, your karma. You just perform your work. I, I am backing up with you. And Krishna also says, like, if you read 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, in which Krishna shows his Virat form, in his universal form, he shows Arjuna that all the Kauravas and all Sena of Kauravas has been killed already. Then Arjuna thought that what would I do if everybody was killed earlier? When Krishna says there's a very beautiful line, Krishna says in one of the verses in 11th chapter that Nimitta Matra Bhavya Savasach, that you are just a Nimitta Matra, you are just a secondary doer, primary doer I am. Updrashta cha Anumanta cha. Krishna is deciding within our heart, and he is the one who is performing. We are just performing on behalf of him. As I said, act on behalf of God. But before that, accept Krishna, accept God in our lives. And second is align with his plans. Then we will won't we ever we won't be able to, we won't be distressed in our life, we won't be unsatisfied in our life. Many things happen in our day routine life. We meet some accident, we fall down. So all these things make us little disappointed that I had some different plans. Why this is happening with me? Why I've got sick? Tomorrow is my exam. So Sorry. So before that, we go into all these questions that why is this happening to me? First, we should know that who am I? Let's get in touch with the real you. We have done this in the previous device sessions also. Who are we? Who am I? When we see ourselves in mirror, so we should be knowing first that who am I? Only then we can question that why is this happening to me? So there was a doctor whose name was Dr. Harry Monson. He was a professor of anatomy in Illinois College of Medicine, and he did an experiment. He just calculated the amount of all the calcium, phosphate, potassium in one 70 kg or 60 kg man. Then he just added up the price of all this, and it came out to be just 110 rupees. Then are we just a bag of 110 rupees? Are we just a bag of chemicals? That is what we are. So, no, these chemicals, just we can see these chemicals outside. No, then what is my real identity? Like, if you see this beautiful actress is there, when she was living, she was having all these chemicals are the same when she's dead and when she was living. But there are no feelings, no thinking, no desire, no movement, no consciousness. So what happens after that? So something is missing now. That is what the soul is missing. So this is the primary teaching of Bhagavad Gita, that we individuals are not what our names are, but we are individually all our souls who are part and parcel of the God. So in our body, that is, there's a body, there's a mind, and there's a soul. This is a uh, picture of a near-death experience that sometimes people get some different surgeries and they see that I am they watch whatever was performed on the operation table and everything. This is called NDE, near-death experience. So what is that? The soul is there. So we have a different experience than our body. We are not this body. We are the resident in our body. Who is that? The soul. So if we come to the platform of soul, not it is not easy to come on the platform. If we think that we are part and parcel of Krishna, we are part and parcel of God, if we are just a minute particle, that is what the size of the soul is been given in Bhagavad Gita, 1/10,000 part of the tip of hair. So, if something happens to us in our life, something good or bad, either we are reacting to it or we are responding to it. A good or bad stimulus comes, we react immediately. If we think that we are on a bodily platform, yes, I am Rohini Kishore Das, I am and so and so. So, how dare he or she speak to me like this? How this would have happened to me? I was not expecting this. I do not deserve this. So these are the immediate reactions that come in our mind. But slowly, when we come to the spiritual platform and we understand the size of soul, our behavioral patterns are being changed. And we think that it was my choice only. I am responsible for this. It is my karma of this life or the previous life. So we respond accordingly. So this is a four components of emotional intelligence. We would have heard of EI. There are different intelligences. uh, So one of the very now time which is very famous is emotional intelligence. Hmm? There is IQ, intelligent quotient, and something called EQ, which is called emotional quotient. Emotional quotient, something called spiritual quotient. SQ. So, uh, uh, what I see in myself, do will I be able to do this work or won't be able to do this for personal competence? So this is self-awareness. And how do I perform this work? That is self-management. First, there should be self-awareness that what is my capacity to do this work? And then how would I perform this work? Similarly, with the relationships, social awareness. What is my relationship with so and so person? She's my mother, she's my father, she's my boss, she's my teacher. And then what I do, how I manage my relations with that particular person. So these things need to be understood. So do your best and tolerate discouraging comments. That is what Bhagavad Gita teaches us. That if you have given your best, Your boss won't be happy, may not be happy with you. Your parents won't be happy with your grades. But you have to tolerate the discouraging comments. Do your best and don't get overwhelmed. If you have done very nice and you got the good rewards, don't get overwhelmed and do your best based on the priority of importance. Hmm? What we do not prioritize the things. So we should have a booklet in which we make a list, to-do list and to not to-do list. And to-do list also, it should be priority wise. In our office, in our relationships, we have the social awareness. So next comes strengthen your intelligence to strengthen yourself. So why do we strengthen our intelligence? Let's come to that. Like we have a smartphone. We think that why the word smartphone comes, do the phones are more smarter than us? No. That is why the phones are called smartphones, because they are smarter than us. We think we are smarter. I'm using the phone. No, the phone is using us rather. We think I'm using the phone, but the phone is using me. It is dictating me, do this, do not do this, sleep at this time, get up at this time. So we are in the clutches of this smartphone. So we are not intelligent enough if we are being used by the smartphones. And say no to smartphone absolutely during exam time, and we become helpless victims to the smartphones. There's something called nowadays in America, definitely. This A new terminology in the medical fraternity is telling this is a new disease is coming, which is called ringitis. What is that? Ringitis. As and when there's a ring or a buzzing of the phone is there, and this is not letting the children and the adults to sleep over. They are so much connected to the buzzing and ringing of the phone that it's not letting them to sleep. So they're taking de-addiction therapies from the smartphones. So this addiction of smartphone is very bad nowadays. So so why should we need to improve our intelligence? Why should we need to sharpen our intelligence? Again, come from the Bhagavad Gita. Let's understand this. There are five forces, which are like five senses. We have eyes, nose, tongue, genitals. So these kinds of five senses are there. And the reins are the mind. The reins of these forces are the mind. And the person who is holding these reins is the intelligence, and the person who is sitting behind is the soul. That me, the soul is the me, herself or himself. So what is happening if these five horses are not being controlled? If these five horses are running haywire, then what is going to happen? The chariot is not going to be like pulled of one or the other way. So it will not be calm at all. But the reins of these five senses, which is the mind, which are in the hand of the intelligence. So intelligence is superior to mind, and mind is superior to these five senses. So if the horses are not at peace, who is going to suffer? Can anybody tell me? If the horses are not at peace, who is going to ultimately suffer in this picture out of the four things?
The soul.
Yeah, soul is going to suffer because he is sitting on the chariot. Uh, he is the owner of this whole chariot. Similarly, this body is also like a chariot in which there's a mind, there's intelligence, there are five senses. And if the five senses are not at peace, hmm, uh, you would have seen in your life only sometimes that so many thoughts come into our mind. On an average, on scientifically basis, there are on an average 70,000 to 80,000 thoughts come every day in our mind. And these thoughts are not letting us to be at peace. So similarly, these five forces are not at peace. So, but if the reins are tight, the horses are being controlled by the mind, and mind is the rein which is in the hand of the intelligence. So if we sharpen our intelligence, we need to shift from our material intelligence to spiritual intelligence, as Arjuna did and Duryodhan couldn't do. He was still into material intelligence. That is why his five senses were not at peace. He was always distressed. Hmm. So you can see who's going to suffer, the soul is going to suffer. So what we need to do, we need to do self-discipline to develop detachment from results. We should not be bothered much about the results, what is going to happen. I've not studied enough. What is going to happen with my grades? And if the grades are less, what is going to happen with my parents? They are going to scold me. They're going to rebuke me. No, do not get attached to the results, but give your best first. Only when we have given our best, then we can say to our parents, we can say to our teachers, I have given my best. Rest, it is up to you. Huh? Like a Krishna conscious devotee who was with ISKCON, he was not well and he was planned to do some surgery, the gastro surgery or some gallbladder surgery. He was not well. So he went to the doctor and doctor was a surgeon. He performed the surgery and he said to the devotee that, see, you were about to die. Your health was so bad, you were about to die and I saved you with the surgery. But the devotee wanted to teach a lesson to the doctor. He said, uh, it was God's blessings that I was being saved. Doctor said, no, it was me only. Where's the God? Where's the hand of God? I saved you. I did the perform the surgery. That devotee wanted to teach a lesson to the doctor, but he said, and then devotee said to the doctor, is there anyone in your hospital who comes to your hospital and he doesn't go back to his home and he gets died over there in the hospital? Are there any deaths in your hospital? So doctor said, yes, sometimes there are some deaths also. And devotee said, why are you killing people? Doctor said, I am not killing people. I'm just trying to save them. But if they are not being saved, what can I do? Similarly, devotee said, as you can only perform the surgery. You don't have the right to save or make the patient die. You don't have the choice. So you just perform the surgery. Similarly, we just give our best. We can do according to our own capacity. Like there's a story in Ramayana, if you know that Lord Ram and all Vanar Sena, they wanted to make a Rama Setu to reach to Lanka to save Sita. And to make that Setu means the bridge over the ocean. They were making they were making bridge with the stones. And Hanuman, who was one of the servants of Lord Ram, he was bringing very big stones according to his capacity. But there was a squirrel over there, and what she was doing, she was just going to the water, making her body little wet, going to the sand, attaching all the sand to her body, and just sprinkle all the sand over the bridge. And Hanuman came over there and he just kicked over that squirrel. He said, just go away. You are not able to contribute anything to this bridge. And Lord Ram came and he said, no, according to her capacity, the squirrel is contributing. So, as I said, do your best, not the best. We won't be able to do the best, but according to our own capacity, how can we perform in our daily routine life, in our relationships, in our studies, in our social awareness? So we should just give our try to our best. So self-discipline to develop the detachment from results. How can we do that? First is purify your mind. Like if mind is also like a software which has got so many viruses, huh? And these viruses are coming from maximum from the association we are keeping. Phone is also one of the one of the smartphone is also one of the thing we are associating with the phone also. So all these viruses are coming from media and outside bombardment. So we need to purify the minds. How can we do that? By reading scriptures and doing some meditations. Hmm? Transform your heart from greed to satisfaction and plurality to compassion. We have a habit of greed. We have a habit of accumulating more and more. That is why we are not being satisfied ever. Hmm? And we have a more of a doership that I have done it. So this is going never going to satisfy us. We have to shift ourselves from doership to divine. That I just did my best. Whatever was done by, ultimately done by Almighty. Ultimately sanctioner is Krishna. God has sanctioned this thing in my life, whether it is a good thing or a bad thing. Like there's a story in Mahabharata when all the Pandavas, when they won the war, won the war of Kurukshetra. They were fighting amongst each other. Arjuna said, I killed most of the Kauravas. Yudhishthira said, no, I fought the best. And Bhishma said, no, I killed Duryodhana. So I am the person who made Pandavas win over Kauravas. So they were just discussing of mildly fighting with each other. So they went to Krishna. Let's ask Krishna, what is his opinion? Who did the best in the war? And Krishna said, you all five are wrong. So let's go to the Barbaric. There was a Ghatotka's son whose name was Barbaric, and he was watching the whole war. And Krishna took all the Pandavas to that person whose name was Barbari. Krishna asked, who did the best out of all the Pandavas? So Barbari started laughing. Barbari said, nobody did nothing. Everything was done by Krishna. Krishna, it was all Krishna's plan. All killing of Kauravas was Krishna's plans. The winning of Pandavas was Krishna's plan. Everybody was just acting as the puppets are working. You see the puppet show? We think that puppets are working on their own, but no, there are threads and the people who move the puppets. Similarly, uh, every individual, every living being in this world is acting according to the instructions of Almighty. We are just the puppets in our hand, but still, we have to give our best. Like if we know the founder Acharya of ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, yeah, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He went to America at the age of 70 with 40 rupees, with 40 or $7 with him. You all of know what is the value of $7. He went from India to America in 1965. And when he made the worldwide movement of ISKCON, but he was he never thought that I am the doer. He always gave credit to his own spiritual master. He always gave credit to his disciple. He always gave credit to Krishna. He never took the credit. He said, I am the puppet in Krishna's hands. So we need to broaden our consciousness. Ishavasya bhava means everything belongs to Krishna. Everything I'm doing it for Krishna, and everything I'm doing connecting to God. So as I said, acceptance of God, alignment with God, act on behalf of God, and act for the pleasure of God. So to attain the ultimate goal of human life, what is the goal of human life? Asto ma satgamaya mrityoha amritam. Means from the darkness of this material calculation, we have to go to the bright light of spiritual calculation. So this is the ultimate goal of human life. We even life teaches us so many lessons. Though we are not a good learner, we are not learning from our own lives. And you see in this picture, our life in this world is only a small picture of a life. Like a child makes a sand castles on the seashore. But as the sea waves come, all the sand castles are being destroyed. We forget. And parents say to the child, go back home. Now it's the time, your time is over. But child wants to play more. Similarly, we want to play more. We want to make our own castles, own whimsical castles in this world. But we forget that we have to go back home. We have our own parents, and we have to go back. Similarly, we are part and parcel of Krishna. We are all in the soul's platform. But just getting these bodies in this world, we think that I can make my own castles. Hmm? So Krishna says, I am the cause of all causes, Ishvara Param Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradi Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. He is the cause of all causes. But if we come to the platform that I am the cause of all causes, I have done it. We have this holding propensity that this work was done by me and I couldn't get the results. Oh, Krishna didn't help me. No, Krishna is the cause of all causes. Just give all your karmas, all your works, surrender it to Krishna, but you give your best. Don't think that I have not done my best. Let Krishna do it. So there are two extremes. One extreme is let Krishna do whatever he wants in my life. Let God do because Prabhuji said in his lecture that Krishna is the cause of all causes. No, but there's another extreme that I am the doer. One extreme is Krishna is the doer, other extreme is I am the doer. We have to combine both the extremes. I am the doer, I am the secondary doer. The primary doer is Krishna. I can only act according to the plans of Krishna. He wants to give me good results. He wants to give me bad results. It's up to him. So whatever we see, whatever we study in our schools, the science, the physics, chemistry, so many biology, we think that it is all being discovered by scientists. Scientists did discover it, but they didn't create it. They discovered it, but they have not created it. Everything is created by Krishna. Hmm? As Krishna says in Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, Matta parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya mai sarvamidam prabhutam sutre mani vina vivaha. Everything is like in this world is like pearls in the string. You can see the pearls, all the planets are being into their own orbits. They are revolving without striking with each other with a perfect distance. It has been said that if we just like Earth is at some distance from Sun, if 1 2 kilometers the Earth is gets nearer to the Sun, it will be burnt. And 1 2 kilometers if Earth becomes far from Sun, we all become frozen. So at a particular distance, Krishna has created all the planets. And who is holding all these planets in the air? It's by some superior brain, some superior intelligence is there that we are forgetting. Hmm? So all these planets are being holded by Krishna himself. So all the scriptures are also coming from the mouth of Brahma, and Brahma is learning all this from Krishna. I'm the essence of everything. Krishna uh, know that all opulent, beautiful, and glorious creations spring from but a spark of my splendor. Whatever we see, all the planets, sun and moon, they are all sun and moon are called as eyes of Krishna. So um, we have something, someone superior to us, whose name is Krishna, the God, who has created us. Hmm? He says in Bhagavad Gita, I am the strength of all the strong. Balam balavatam. Everything we think that I have done it from my own strength. No, we like if you see a small child wants to do the weightlifting, he's not able to pick it up, and his father comes and he gives her his hand and picks up the weight, and the child thinks I am lifting the weight. No, there's some hand at the behind of his father which is lifting the weight. Similarly, we as children of Krishna, we are trying to perform our own work with our own strength, whatever neither strength and intelligence we have. But we need to give our best in every sphere of our lives. And Krishna is the strength giving father. And Krishna is the intelligent giving father also. Buddhi Buddhi Vatamasmi. I am the giving intelligent being. Like we see, think this Newton's laws. He discovered gravity. He discovered gravity, but he didn't create gravity. While he was sitting just under a tree, he saw that an apple is falling. But what made the apple fall? Who created this gravitational pull? Who gave the intelligence to Newton to think the gravitation and all things? So it is all being given by Krishna. Krishna is the cause of all intelligence. Krishna is the cause of all beauty. Krishna gives us crops. Krishna gives us all wheat, rice to eat. From where all this coming? But from where the juice in all the fruits and vegetables coming? Krishna says, it's all coming from me. Hmm? The taste of water, Krishna says in 7th chapter, Araso aham apsu kaunteya. I am the taste of water. Hmm? So, if we read Bhagavad Gita, we see this universal form also 11th chapter. Krishna showing to Arjuna that everything is being controlled by me in this world. So, if we think that no, all this food is just by nature, nature is providing us, but who created the nature? We always say Mother Nature. We never say Father Nature. Hmm? So nature, Prakriti is our mother. She is providing everything. But who is giving that bija, who is giving that seed to the mother, uh, from which the mother is fructifying, giving us so many things? The father is the seed giving father. Who is that? Krishna. Krishna is our father, God is our father. So if we eat so many things which is being provided in the nature, how are this being digested? So the fire, the digesting fire within our stomach is also being provided by Krishna. We eat sometimes more, and we all know that what happens if we eat so many oily things and we overeat sometimes. So this is all the digestion power is also being given by Krishna. We can only sow the seeds into the field, but who gives us rain? Rain comes from Krishna. So we can just give our best. Raining that year or not raining that year is not in our control. Fructifying for the fields, fructifying for the crops is not in our hand. We have what we have in our hands to sow the best of the seeds and to take care of that crop. Similarly, in our life also, we can sow the best of the seeds of goodness, positivity. Um, um, but whatever happens in our life, that is not in our control. It comes because of our karmas. So do everything for Krishna as a seva, as a service. Your work itself is a reward. When you have performed the work to the best of your capacity, that is the reward for you. Like you can see the picture of Srila Prabhupada he went to US to New York in Tompkins Square Park. He was just sitting there and beating the drum and singing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He was just performing his best to the best of his capacity. A 70-year-old man, whatever capacity that 70-year-old man has, he performed according to that, but he was totally dependent upon Krishna. So do your best and leave the rest. And what he did a miraculous thing. He made ISKCON, he made devotees, Krishna devotees all over the world. And now comes the formula in this concept is do your best and give up the worry about your results. Do not get attached to the results is a different thing. To attach to the worry of the results is a different thing. So what happens before getting the results also we get attached to the worry. What will happen now? I've given the exam. And did I perform well? Did I not perform well? So it is just give the worry to Krishna. Krishna, I have done my best. God, I have done my best. Now it is in your hands. Like Arjuna did. He said, I've fought to the best of my capacity. You want to make me win, you want to make me lose. It is in your hands. Krishna is the supreme controller. He is the best of your friend. He is the shelter giving father. So why won't he not accept your work? Why won't he not accept your karma? So just surrender to him. Just give all your karmas, all your work to him. He will definitely reciprocate. Hmm? Keep performance focus, not result focus. Another important sutra, another important formula is performance. There should be focus on the performance, not on the focus of results. Hmm? And get inspiration from others instead of wanting to be like them. What will happen when we see others doing better than us in schools or in colleges or in our social life? We think that they are doing better than us. We become envious of them rather than taking lessons from them. Rather than learning from them, we become envious of them. So this is again a negative thing in our day routine life. We need not to do it. We rather need to learn from them. Use criticism to your best advantage. If somebody criticizes you, you can uh, imagine or you can think that Krishna is in his heart also, and he is doing this criticism to make me become a better person, to make me learn more. If parents rebuke us sometimes that you have just got 60%, 70%, you think that they want me to improve more. That is why they are doing it. So do not take the criticism as a bad thing in our life. It is take as a best advantage. Should we do with human energy? The Prahlad Maharaj, who was a 5-year-old boy, a story comes in Srimad Bhagavatam. He also taught the people that how human energy should be utilized. It should not be utilized in gossiping. It should not be utilized in doing mundane things like binge watching and Netflix and phones. We should not waste our human energy. We should utilize this human form of energy in doing these four things, as I said: acceptance of God, aligning with God, act on behalf of God, and act for the pleasure of God. Hmm? We should always have a service mentality. We learn from the scriptures, from the roots of our culture, like Ravana. He wanted to steal Sita from Ram, and how and Hanuman was trying to bring Sita back to Ram. So we should always have a service mentality rather than exploitative mentality. And Ravana was never happy. Hanuman was always happy. So the environment around us is not very is not very I would say um, convenient for all of us. It's not very uh, positive environment. It's all negative things, which is totally opposite to the scriptures, which is totally opposite to the our values. So what we are doing, we are forgetting our values, and we are just being swayed away by all the material propaganda we see around us. We make the other people who are in bad association our own gurus, and we learn from them. We buy things from them, and there's always a rat race. I want to do the best. I want to be the first. So these things, and when we are not able to achieve this goal, this gives us depression, this gives us stress. So these things should not be there in our minds. Hmm? There's a quote from Prabhupada that dog is running on four legs, and if you are running on four wheels, what is the progress? So there's no difference between a dog if he's also running, and we are also running on four wheels uh, without knowing the goal of our life, without knowing the importance of life. So we are not better than dogs. We always think upon getting a car, getting more money. There are two things: prayers and shares, as mentioned. Prayers means which I like the most, and shares is what is good for me. The scriptures will tell us what is good for you, and prayers is like what is good for what I like the most. So there's a difference between these two things. Formula two is first formula was surrender to God. Second formula is feeling of being blessed all the time. We should count our blessings. Just after this lecture, you can do an exercise at your own convenience. Just take a copy and a pen and write down what are all the blessings we have got. We have got the blessing of having such nice parents. We have got the blessing of getting such nice body, that I've got so many facilities. There are so many people who are not even have the parents, who not have the eyes to see, who not have the money to spend. So we have everything. We have got all the facilities. Just count your blessings. How many blessings we have in our lives. We always grip on to things that we do not have, but we should concentrate more on what we have. So, correct understanding of success and failure is to have faith that God knows the best and be cool. God knows what is best for me. Let Him do the best for me. But I have also give my best. God help those who help themselves. Is a dictum. God help those who help themselves. So we need to help ourselves by performing the best of my capacity, and then depend upon Krishna and have faith that he will do also the best if I have performed the best. Give up unhealthy comparison, give up unhealthy habits, and if you want to compete, compete with yourself, not with others. Hmm? Gratitude, appreciation, and optimism. These are the self-confidence tips we can have. Cultivate self-esteem. As I told you that story of a squirrel, and they will not go this. Surround yourself with people who uplift you. This is very important. The association we are keeping, uh, uh, who uh, who always motivate us. We should all keep on listening these kind of motivational lectures, connected to spirituality or not connected to spirituality. Both of these things can help us But ISKCON is a society, international society of Krishna, which is helping people worldwide to improve their life styles, to improve their morals, improve their virtues in life. So we need to motivate ourselves by surrounding ourselves with such kind of people. This is very important. And last but not the least, chanting of the holy names, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, because it is mantra. Mantra means mana, tra. Mana means mind, tra means to get free from. So when we get free from the mind and the lucrative things that mind keeps offering to us, we become peaceful, we become very calm at our mind. Pray. Praying is also very important. Pray from empowerment that I'm helpless, I'm not able to do that. I've given just my best and leave the rest on leave the rest to Krishna. So superior's blessings, as is shown, Hanuman got the blessings of Jamvan. Then he remembered all the powers he has. Similarly, we also need the blessings of our superiors, our parents, our spiritual teachers, our guides. And Hanuman could lift the mountain also with this spiritual blessings. And as I said, there's a very easy and enjoyable prayer that is given in scriptures. You can note it down and you can chant at least 2 rounds on 108 times this mantra on beats. This is really going to calm us. This is really going to strengthen us. This is going to give us a backup and increase our faith that yes, there's some Supreme Almighty who is working behind me and he is the supreme best friend of me deciding within myself, and I'm a part and parcel of him. I'm his child, and a parent never wants bad for the child. Similarly, Krishna never wants bad for any of us. We always want good to happen to us. We just need to uh, strengthen our intelligence, improve our values, improve our virtues, improve our behavior, and work accordingly. And just give your best. Give your best, not the best. The best can have any. The best does not have any limits. So we, every one of us has different qualities. We have limits, our own limits. We can only perform to the limits of ourselves. So just do your best and leave the rest to Krishna. That is what we discussed today. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So if anyone has any reflections, any questions, so we have 5 more minutes.
Thank you very
Yes.
much, Prabhuji, for such an empowering and um, interesting class because at the same time there are so many acronyms and formulas we can apply on our lives. Um, so if anyone has any questions, reflections, realizations, they can raise their hand and we'll take one by one. Okay, Boo, I had a question. So,
Yes.
how you talked about that, um, how we can, I forgot what exactly that slide was, but you talked about the association of like uplifting people. So, like in modern days, like especially school and all, the people around us are mainly like materialistic. They're engaged in habits that are not appropriate for us at this age and other stuff, which like like peer pressure and other stuff. So like when there's like up to peer pressure and all, how can we come out of those situations as a lot of people pressure us and then we try to fit in, so then it creates us to become like not
Yeah.
that good of a person.
A very relevant question for all of us. In this material world, we all are living. We have to go out. We have to study. We have to do our jobs, and we do not find the people who keep uplifting us. There are always people who are filled with negativity, and they transfer that negativity to us also. So how to be saved from all of this? Like you all have seen the COVID times. Have you seen the COVID times?
Yes.
So what was in the COVID times? The COVID virus was everywhere. Whenever the people were staying inside the house, they were not going outside the house. So if they were squared, if they'll go out, they'll get the virus and they'll be COVID infected. So if they would be going, still people were going for work and other things when the COVID was little less. So how they were going? They were taking all the precautions. They were taking bringing the wearing the mask. There was a social distancing. They were using sanitizer all the time. They were taking all the precautions that they should not be COVID infected. Similarly, it's very relevant to your question. Materialism is in the air. Thus, wherever you go, materialism is in the air. Whether you go to school, you go to colleges, you go to offices, the people are like that. And so we need to take some precautions. We need to cover ourselves. We need to have a shield. We need to have a armor to wear so that we do not get infection from them those people who are COVID infected or who are materially infected. So what we need to do, we need to do some spiritual practices at home for ourselves, for getting that armor, for getting this shield. So one of the spiritual practices to chant this mantra, as you can all see on the screen. The other spiritual practice we can do is we can read scriptures. Hmm? And third thing we can do is uh, like I've shown one of the picture of Prahlad Maharaj. He was just a 5-year-old boy, and if you have read his story, he was also surrounded by people who were materially infected, who were all demons. They were not devotees, and he used to preach them rather. He was not absorbing things from them. He was not inculcating things from them. They were teachers also to teach him Shanda and Amarta in the story, to teach them the materialism. But he was very firm that I will give them Krishna consciousness and I will give them positivity rather than getting negativity from them. So these three things can help us. One is taking some precautions, doing some spiritual practices, and rather uh, taking materialism from them, we should give Krishna consciousness to them. So you should always keep some spiritual books with you. You can give to them, and once they'll come to know that you are so spiritually inclined, they might read the books and they come back to you with the questions. And then this will also help you to do preaching amongst your group, amongst your peers. So rather than taking from them, we should give them. So this is also one of the methods to being prevented from this material infection. So you can try, and this depends upon the association we are in. Some people are in totally in the mode of darkness, so it becomes really difficult sometimes to preach to them. So at least we can protect ourselves. If we go to we cannot stop the rain. When it's raining, we cannot stop the rain. We can hold our umbrella, we can open our umbrella only to be saved from the rain. Similarly, we cannot prevent the material infection. We cannot negate their material propensities and material thoughts. We can only have our own protection, our own umbrella of spiritual atmosphere at home. Like most of the time, we are at home. We go outside only for 5 hours, 6 hours, but rest of the time we are at home. So if we have a good association in the home with parents, with siblings, with friends who are spiritually inclined for at least 15 hours or 10 hours, so this is going to give us that strength to bear with all the negativity and material thoughts of the people outside. So most of the time we are at home. We spend very less time in outside. So if we balance these things, I think this can help us to be prevented from all this. Yes, I hope I could answer your question.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you very much for the answer. If anyone else has any realization questions or reflections they can share. So, Prabhuji, I think no everyone understood the class and they liked it. So, can we end if you have any other additional comments?
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Sure.
Yes. And pray for me also that whatever I've spoken, I can also follow in my life. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.